Hi, morning guys. It's Sunday 25th of August, not long to Busfest, September 5th or 6th, something like that. I've had a mull over what we were doing last night about this scuttle and the inner panel, and I think I've made a decision. I'll show you what I'm thinking anyway. Right, this front panel is pretty mullered. And it's not actually held on by that much. We've got the brake servo bracket, which is part of it. The windscreen wiper motor and arms are mounted to it only by 4 6mm screws. At the end there, trying to get the light, I'm sorry about this light, I'm rubbish with this. There's a few spot welds where it joins. I can't point. Let's try that. Nearly there. Where's that? See, there's a few spot welds that just join it to the frame as such. Is that any better? Yeah. So there's a few spot welds there, and that's the underside of that. So it's pretty. You can see it's not pleasant, but all that piece comes off in one, and then you can see there's a little weld at the top there. I would point, but you'd lose the light. Kind of thing, see on the inside. See the weld next to that grubby thing? Hang on, let's go there, that's the weld there. Same both sides. So on my list of body cuts, I did take most of the front panel off, but I couldn't take it off in one piece because I couldn't move it, and I didn't think I'd be needing any of the centre sections either. So I didn't really worry about cutting this. So I've just cut this to get it out. Looking at it, I reckon I could remove these sections from the corners, which I want to keep. I definitely need this one. Definitely need that one to change on the one that's had a little ding. So if I can, I'll try and cut this out without damaging this, and then remove this part from the scuttle, pretty much mirroring what I've already done on the bus. So I'm left with this cross member of sorts. I'm not sure how easy it's going to be. I'll try on the driver's side, this side first, because I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to need. I thought I might need more of this section to repair what's behind there, but it doesn't look too bad on the driver's side. So I'm going to spend a bit of time this morning looking and mulling over it. I think that's what I'm going to do, because trying to replace all this section all the way along, and then I'm going to have to weld all the way in here, and this section of it's double skinned. Can you see that? See, it is double skinned in behind there. This is a single skin at this end. If it was just this bit here, I probably would just repair that section, but not sure. I want to do it once and want to do it right, really. I don't want to be taking the scuttle off again. I know I'm going to have to take that corner off and pop the windscreen at some point, but not worried about popping the windscreen really. So when I've decided, I'll get back to you and hopefully show you. Well, I decided to take it out. You can see there what I've drilled out original spot welds. I had to use an air disuiter and rotary burr get through that seam weld. This is as it's come off. I did actually forget it's holding the steering column as well, but that came off. So you've done the same on this side. Pretty. It looks brutal, but I can grind that back. This is on the bad side of what I want to keep, so this will come off and leave me with good metal. Also managed to get off the original bits. Well, not the original, the bits from the body cuts really. So that was already cut, that's come off. I've got all that from the remains of the scuttle, and this is the other side, which is actually two pieces. Looks like it should have had a spot weld in there, and it didn't take, so I'll put one in when we put it back together. And there's some more bits. I managed to save those as well, so I'm pleased with what I've done. It looks rough, it's took a long time, but I'm pleased I managed to save these so I can use them again. So next would be clean up these end faces or edges, ready to weld new bits into. I've done an initial cleanup, and I've tacked the end pieces of the support bar back on just to make sure it all fits in. You see that there? Yep. And in there, we're ready to grind it all out. This is only sat in at the moment. I've got a little bit of tickling to do yet, and obviously I want to weld those up fully. But at least it fits in there. I haven't put the bolts in here yet, but I tried them in earlier before I welded the ends on, and they went in. So I'll do that. But it's taken a long time to get this far. So tomorrow, hopefully weld it back in, and then nearly be back where I started just before I took the scuttle off. Hi there, I'm just doing some spot weld repairs. I'm wondering if you want to look at this little spot welder. It's been lent to me, long-term lend. Derek, thank you. I don't know if you remember before, I had to weld these end pieces on this brace. On here, the spot welds would come apart. I've actually spot welded it, and I thought, well, you guys might want to see the spot welder in action. Ain't very exciting, but I'll show it to you anyway. Okay? Got to make sure it's dead clean for spot welding. So you just chuck in the jaws like that. Try and get an angle you can see. The first sort of bite, it compresses the metal, so you get it nice and straight, and then the last bit turns it on. Ready? And that's it. Oh, come on, go away, shiny. That's it, it's the middle one there. That one there. Is that focused? I can't see very well. No? Ah, focus. I can't seem to get it focused, but I think you can see what I'm on about. Okay, cheers then. Well, since we're talking about spot welders, this is the spot welder I'm going to use, or have used on that brace. It's 240 volt. It's got fuzzy logic, whatever that is. It's spot welds. Yeah, I've seen them advertised on online and things like that, and they say, yeah, they're 240 volt. But it doesn't really explain that they are they need to be fused at 20 amps. So you can't use it on your normal 13 amp plug top, blows fuses. You can't use the 16 amp blue, you know, the blue ones, like the camping 3-pin sockets, and that's 16 amp. That's no good. So I've had to put in a 32 amp. I had it in my last place, and I've just put it in on the board. So I've got, I don't know if you can see, it's a big old 32 amp socket. just mounted under my board in my garage. But I have fused it. I've got 20 amp MCB on it. It's the far left hand one. So it is fused at 20 amp even though it's a 32 amp socket, but it's the right side. So, but yeah, so if anybody wanting to go and get a spot welder and see these, they're good, but you can't just chuck it in on an extension lead and use it. Okay, just a word of warning if you want to buy one. Right, that's the ends welded on. Both ends. Just MIG welded on. I will have to trim a little bit. You see that? Is that better? Not trim. I'll grind back some of the areas because this area here is where the scuttle will mount to. We're actually looking down at this panel almost as if we were looking down the windscreen. So I'm sat in the van, if that makes sense. So I've got to smooth that out. Probably have to just smooth this out a bit. I can't remember where the dashboard sits on this, so I think it's actually on that panel there. So I might have to smooth it out a bit. I'll have a look. And here we have it mocked up. It's just held in there with a couple of vice clamps there. I don't know if you can see in there. The wiper motor is mounted in, only loose, but just so everything goes in, or checking that everything fits. That size there as well. They were pretty rusty, so I've got some stainless cap heads to hold that in. Might be easier to take out with the windscreen as well if you ever need to. And same on this side, just got the one vice grip down there, holding that in. So it does need a bit of fiddling around with, but yeah, soon be welding in. Well, here we are, all welded in. Just that cross member. I've just put a load of red oxide on there just to protect it. It's not pretty, but it's pretty strong. That's that side, and there's a seam weld down there. Same there. Okay guys, I'm going to call that a day for now. Next will be getting the scuttle lined up and welded in, hopefully. So if you're enjoying these videos, please give us a like and subscribe if you want to keep up with future videos. Okay, bit of development. I've actually got this booked in for an OT on Thursday and it's Monday, so we'll see. Alright, cheers then.